Hello, my friends. This is your happy stamper lady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. Welcome to week 3 of August Animal Antics. I hope you are enjoying all the videos we've had so far. Let's take a look at the demonstrator webpage, and I want to remind you that the new store is up and running. So when you go to my page, it will still allow you to shop with me, but it makes it easier on your shopping. It saves shopping carts, which I appreciate. And I think just overall, it's a better experience. And I'd love to get your feedback on that. This is my Facebook page, so make sure that you go here as well as YouTube, because this month you need to do both. So on the Facebook page is where you like and share, and on YouTube is where you answer my questions. Hello, my dear friends. I'm so excited that you've joined me today. Magic Box! Are you super excited? I have had so much fun with these zany zebras. I've just had a blast with them. So today's Over the Moon card is going to be Over the Moon. Just giving you a forewarning, I think you're going to love it. So, we have these iridescent pearls, which I introduced in the Add a Dash of Glitter video, and they are found in the new holiday catalog, which is live now, so you can shop from there. Today's colors that we are going to use are Coastal Cabana, Magenta Madness, Memento Tuxedo Black Ink, Blackberry Bliss. Okay, but the other colors that I have used, just to remind you, are Night of Navy and Granny Apple Green. Okay, and so all of those colors that I just named are also found in blender pens this time. Okay, so we've got blender pens. We're going to do some wonderful coloring today. We have our glue, or of course, you can have your tape runner. We introduced an Add a Dash of Glitter, a punch, and we introduced this umbrella punch. I hope you go back and check out the Add a Dash of Glitter, because we make zebra carousel cards. What? You got to go check it out. Super fun. On a double Z fold. Super fun. Okay, these zany zebras have been our stamps for the entire month of August. I want to hear your opinion. Are you loving them? Do you have a favorite? I don't know if I do have a favorite. I think he's really cute, but I love them all. But I kind of think he's maybe my favorite, if I were going to have a favorite. I don't know. And we use the word wowed about you from this stamp set. We also are using the Bloom and Grow, okay? And we use the You Are Wonderful, Simply Wonderful Today, and Let's Celebrate You. But they also have Forever Shirts Today, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I wanted to show you, because we did actually cutouts today, this stamp set does come with die cuts that cut out all the flowers, okay? So I will show you those in a moment. We are using Artistry Bloom Design Series paper. Wonderful paper, lots and lots of beautiful colors to choose from. Okay, and we also now have these gold lame pop out pieces. This is like a whole set. So leaves and different pieces, and it's white on the other side so that you could color them on the other side. This entire set is $15. This is like probably less than half the set, because I've used it so much. I mean, to show you like how much you get. Like, it's like a huge set. Okay, beautiful. We're going to use that today in our Over the Moon. Very exciting. Okay, I'm going to pull out all my paper. We're going to go over the dimensions here in a moment. I have block I and block D, and I already had mounted my 2 stamps on there to save time today. My flowers that we're going to use. Magic box empty. Okay. So along with our paper, I want to remind you, I've got a full sheet over here. We're also using the Rainbow Glimmer paper. Okay, this is a full 12 by 12 sheet. It comes 2 sheets for $6. One thing that I wanted to remind you, when you hear glitter paper, some people can be very frightened about that, like, oh, it's going to be everywhere. Okay, rub, no glitter. You can see, no glitter on my hands. Nothing comes off. Beautiful paper. And I love the variegatedness of it so that wherever you cut depends on the colors that you're going to get. The other paper, which I have already cut up, so we're using the nubbins, we're using the last of the last, is also black glimmer paper. Now the rainbow glimmer paper is in the annual catalog. The black glimmer paper is in the holiday catalog. Okay, and the gold pieces are in the annual catalog. So if you're looking for those, or you certainly can ask me questions and I will help you find those. Okay, oh, and our snips. I don't know if I said that or not, but okay, so let me show you the flower. Like, look at all these flowers. So this is one flower design, this flower design, and that flower design. Okay, there's 3 different flower designs that come in Bloom and Grow, and so I have colored a lot of them for you, obviously, and I'm going to show you how to color again today. Just go over a little bit how to use the blender pens. I have already cut out one of each little zebra and I put the dimensionals on the back. Okay, so I already did that. You will see in the rainbow glimmer paper that you are to punch out 2 umbrellas. Okay, and I did dimensionals on my umbrellas already. You will see in the black glimmer paper that you are to punch out 2 canes for your umbrellas. Okay, I did the Let's Celebrate You, You Are Simply Wonderful, Wild About You, and I just hand cut around them. No big deal on that. Let's talk about the main measurements here. Okay, so your card base, as you see up there, is originally 8.5 this way, 5.5 this way, scored at 4 1/4. Then, put the white under there so you can see it better. On the front, you literally cut the front flap in half at 2 1/8. Okay, and you are going to use that piece too. Okay, so this is the card base. Inside card base, 8 inches by 5 inches, scored at 4 inches. Okay, inside card base. DSP paper. You have 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And you can use any colors, any side that you choose. And then you have 2 pieces of DSP, 5 1/4 by 2 inches, which is the Love It Chop It cut in half. So if you go to my So Now What Love It Chop It, you'll see Kylie Bertucci's idea behind Love It Chop It. I share her ideas. They're not mine, but I do love them and I use it all the time for my DSP. And so a piece of DSP cut up 5 1/4 by 4 inches is Love It Chop It style. So 5 1/4, and then you just cut it in half, you get 2 pieces. Okay, that's your DSP. For your rainbow glimmer, you have the umbrellas, and you also need a piece cut at 5 1/4 by 2 1/8 inches. And then your black glimmer paper, along with your canes, you have a piece at 5 inches with 1 1/2, 5 inches and 1 inch, 5 inches and a half inch. You need 2 of those. Okay, so those are all of our dimensions. All right, let's talk about the coloring real quick. Let's go over the coloring just for a moment. Okay, so when you are coloring, I choose the blender pens to color because they blend together. They are alcohol ink based markers. They have an artistry side and then like a thinner tip. Which side you choose to color from is purely your decision. When you are coloring, remember that it bleeds. Okay, so you want something like these are going to be popped up on something. They're going to be put up, so it won't matter. You're not going to look at the underside, but you don't want to color like if this were put down, you don't want to color on here because it's going to bleed on the backside. So just be aware of that. And then I start with dark and then go to light. The colors come in a dark and light, so Blackberry Bliss dark, Blackberry Bliss light, and they blend well together. That's what this is together, but you can still see like the variegated look of it. Like there's just depth and detail of it. But on this end piece, we're going to do Blackberry Bliss dark, Magenta Madness. I don't know what I was saying. Magenta Madness light. So I start with the dark and I do the center of the flower. And then I do various pieces. There's no like rhyme or reason for coloring. I just want to get some shadow effect in that flower. The only thing is you don't want to go out of the lines, obviously. You don't want to go out of the lines, but blender pens are super forgiving, okay? Like that doesn't look like much colored like that. You're going to come back in with the lighter color and you're going to hit the tip that you didn't color at all, and you're actually going to go back into the flower in the area that you already colored, and it is going to blend those two colors together and make this beautiful, I don't know, just this beautiful coloring genius. You look like you're a coloring genius. You're like, and done with my coloring genius. Okay. Now, I think I've said this before, but if coloring is not your thing, then blender pens are not for you. That's not going to be your thing. But coloring is super, super calming for me, very therapeutic for me, to be perfectly honest. And the cards that we're making today are very over the moon for a reason. Sometimes I feel like, one, stamping for me helps me to be calm and just kind of puts my thoughts elsewhere. And sometimes I feel like people need like really big cards in their life. So that was, I'm sorry, Dark Night of Navy, and I'm going to use a light Bermuda Bay, only because we don't have Coastal Cabana in the blends. My friends are going through really rough times. Like, I'm probably going to cry again. I've been crying a lot today. Just for my friends, I have a very empathetic heart. I really like feel other people's pain, and it just like, yeah, it just becomes a part of me as I pray for them and help them walk through stuff. And I've got friends dealing with death of loved ones, and really bad sickness, scary sickness, and yeah, just really tough times, financial struggles, addictions, pains, sorrows. We all have them in our life. And it's just very real. So I wanted you to see that as I'm all like wobbly in my voice. I apologize. I have just been so teared up today. Because life is real, isn't it? It's raw and scary, and it's a struggling time. And so sometimes I think you need bigger cards. Sometimes I think you need cards that are like wow factor. That's how I give back. That's kind of what I do. It's kind of my thing. And so that's where I've been. And so these cards are on purpose. Wow. These cards are like, I really want you to know I love you, and this is how I show it. And I really want to share with you how much you mean to me, and that I'm praying for you, and that I'm thinking of you. So these are my wild cards just for that occasion. Okay, so sorry, very cryy today. Okay, so we need our best friend, the Stamparatus, right? Because we need to stamp on all of our paper before we put it down. If you've heard me say that, if you've heard me talk about that, I think it helps you. If you have a happy accident, then you know which direction to go to fix it. So I start with the big flower, and I just really kind of want to come in with this beautiful, yeah, just this beautiful piece there with the big flower. So pretty. Like how beautiful. That long stamp is really, really beautiful. So again, there's no rhyme or reason when I'm doing this. It's just kind of there. Now for the inside card, once you see how I made it, I kind of went in a V with the long flower, kind of met myself in the middle with the long flower. And then on this piece, I simply went there. Okay, done. Then I'm going to come in with, make sure that's clean. Okay, I'm going to come in with the Coastal Cabana while I've got it, and I'm going to go right there. I'm going to go in the middle there. And then with these, this is just going to be filler. This is just me like, where do I want that flower? Where do I want to see that? Let's do the same thing with this one. This is a really, another reason that I'm loving this is because I just feel like it's very, very cheerful. Like in a time when my friends are struggling, when there's a lot of struggle going on, I feel like you need like, hello, bright and happy. And I definitely think the zebras fit the bill. I'd love to hear what you guys think about those zebras, if you've been having fun with them. And of course, I tell you this, but I would love to see the cards you guys make. That always makes me really happy too. I love to see what you guys are creating. If you're getting stuff out of the videos and you're like, oh, I really liked that video, look what I created. That makes me super happy. And also, just a little reminder, as I finish stamping up our little flowers here, we've got one more. We've got our inside piece. Lovely. So for what we're doing with the free stamps, so if you watched my first two videos, so there is the Simply Fantastic video, okay? If you watch that, I made the announcement that we are celebrating 25 years of marriage here in August. Sean and I are super amazing. And so for you, I am giving you a giveaway for all your love and support of me. So you need to like and share each video that I do. So Simply Fantastic, Out of Dash of Glitter, This Over the Moon, and Out of the Box. Okay, I'm going to move this because we're going to put together and we're done stamping. So you like and share, and then on each of the YouTube videos underneath you answer a question. So I ask a question on each video, okay? And if you do that for every video, and I get 10 people who do that, I'll give 2 stamp sets away, or just one for a lucky winner. Okay, so this piece is going to go inside the card, the main card base. So this is the white piece is your inside card base, right? And then your black piece is your main card base. And all I'm doing when I'm laying this down is I'm looking at the score line. Obviously, you don't want to go over the score line, and I'm looking around. I just want like a nice, even border. That's all I'm going for then. That's what I'm looking for then. Okay? So I start in the back of the card, oddly enough. On this card, it just felt right. I just kind of felt like I could start backwards and kind of keep going. So I take that black piece that we cut off the front. All right, and I am going to actually attach it to the bottom of the card down here. Like so. Lovely. I like how you start to do that after you've done all your flowers, because they start to look like they're kind of growing out of different spots, which is super fun to me. I think that's super cool. Okay, I take a piece of the DSP. We're going to attach that. Already you're seeing that lovely, all those beautiful colors come together. Okay. And that, I literally, I'm just like going in, yeah, kind of the middle. Just kind of going for the middle. All right. I take the 5" by 1" black glimmer and put it down there. Look at how that black glimmer paper is kind of the piece de resistance. It like kind of grounds everything and just really is it's a very big wow factor in my opinion. I think it has a really cool wow factor. I know when I was using it and I was showing my husband like the process, like I am with you guys, like how I put it together, that black glimmer paper, he was like, oh my gosh, like you add that glimmer paper and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, brilliant, I love it. Okay, so now we've got our gold, and I'm gonna take Actually, we use a couple of those, so I'll have it over there. I'm going to take one of these pieces. Oh, yep, it's cut properly. Just a little. These were actually so that the gold paper like kind of comes in like a bigger sheet, and then you like punch everything out. And these little pieces that you're seeing me use here, which is hilarious to me, are actually the edges of how everything came together. You know, I said don't waste anything. I was like, yeah, I think I could use those. You know me, I'm like, no wasting, no wasting. I don't want to waste anything. Okay, pushing that down, just needed that to set for a minute. Now, I need my words. Okay, I got the Let's Celebrate You, and I think that I am going to take some Blackberry Bliss. This is not a have to, by the way. This is just a if you want to. So I have the sponge daubers, and if you just like edge, like, yeah, I mean, you can see it, like, there it is edged, there it's not edged. It's not huge, but it just adds just a little bit more, just a little, you know, another touch, another little extra. You've heard me say that sometimes the little extras go a long way. We're going to go ahead and peel off our dimensional backings. These are mini dimensionals, by the way, because I am literally like on the last of my poor dimensionals. They're all like, they're all going to the wayside. Okay, and then we have to have our happy little zebras. I do indeed love these zebras. I love them. So happy. This is my happy place, guys. This place where I can create and give away to other people is very happy. Okay. Okay, this is the bottom, and then this is the place where I'm going to write. All right. Then I'm going to take the piece of DSP, remember the 5" by 3 3/4 inches, and I'm going to attach it to the white piece up here. Okay. It's just all coming together. This is all about decoration. So the truth is the book, you have the book dimensions up there. I'm just going with the DSP. It goes edge to edge, and I go down where the score line is. Okay, and I just attach it, and then I take one of those 5 by the 1/2 inch, and we're going to attach that glimmer paper again, like that outstanding glimmer paper. But the book design can be as much or as little as you want. You know, you can just do a little bit of paper. Shauna, for my birthday, actually in this section, put a picture of her and I in my birthday card. I thought that was lovely. What a nice little surprise for me that was. Okay, now we're going to, I'm going to try to decide if I want that, which that is actually pretty phenomenal, or I want that. I think I want this piece. So this again, just decoration, but look at what that does. That brings your eye, you're giving yourself layers. You're like giving dimension to your card with little layers. So the glue on the back that I'm doing here is I'm just trying to hit like the solid leaves and all around the outer edge. Okay, that thin outer edge, I'm trying to hit all of that. And then the solid leaves in the middle. Okay, so that it stays nice on my paper. Alrighty. So I'm going to lay that down. And again, I'm just kind of edging it like with the black glimmer paper, with the bottom. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, now we're going to add an umbrella. Because why not? Because, hello, the umbrella is in glimmer paper. Brilliant. And what does our umbrella need? It needs its umbrella cane. Okay. So again, this is me going over the moon for certain. But sometimes I think you need to. Sometimes I think life calls for going over the moon. Right? Don't you love that? Don't you just love that? Okay, I think I'm going to hold off on that and put that somewhere else. Okay, that's the back. Okay, here we go. Now, we've already decorated this part. So now we're going to take that piece of black glimmer paper that is 5 by 1.5, and we're going to attach it down here. And it just starts to make sense. You just like start suddenly having like all of this go, oh, yes, I would put that there, and I love that, and look how that decorates that so nicely. So again, it's really all about as much or as little decoration as you want to do, okay? And then I have another piece of that gold. Got a little something on the back there. Let's see about the length. Oh, perfect. That was a perfect length. I love it when that happens. When I don't have to trim the length. It's brilliant. Brilliant. All right. So I like the gold with the black glimmer paper. I think it just gives it something like just even more of a wow factor. You're doing a wow factor on top of a wow factor because they both are very, very impressive. Okay, now we are going to take a few, let's see what I've got here. We're going to take a few of our flowers. I have so many flowers. You guys, it is hilarious, like how many flowers I colored. But sometimes when I'm struggling, like when I'm having like a rough time of it, coloring flowers is very happy for me. Okay, so I think we're going to do that and still go into the V idea. So these are going to get glued. So what I'm doing here, I will share with you, it may not be your favorite. And you know, I always tell you, find your own voice. Piling on top of piling, I'm layering. Okay, so I have flowers layered underneath. Okay, I stamped flowers. And now I'm taking flowers that I cut out with my die cuts and I colored with my blender, my Stampin' Blends, right? And now I'm adding flowers on top of flowers, and you are creating really a very, very gorgeous, I think, now this is me, okay? I think a very beautiful and unique look. Now, I am holding down because I will tell you the black glimmer paper needs just a few more minutes, okay, with the glue. It sticks fine, and once it's done, but you just want to make sure, you know, that you're nice and tight in your glimmer paper area, okay? I have a piece that wants to keep popping up, so I'm going to make sure that I actually have glue in those two spots, okay? I'm going to hold that for a minute. Then I need the You Are Simply Wonderful, and I'm going to add this one in the Night of Navy, okay? Because I think that that will help that to stand out. Now, I did dimensionals already in the You Are Simply Wonderful, but I did the dimensionals only on the ends, okay? And I'll show you why here in a moment, because we're going to have another happy zebra join the fray. So again, I did try to warn you that I went like over the moon. Like I went a little bit cuckoo crazy. Okay, and I like the You Are Simply Wonderful right there in between. So you've got some flowers, you got a few flowers like showing down in the black. And then you got your flowers showing up here. And then guess what's gonna happen? Hello. Happy zebra. Isn't he wonderful? Okay, so he has dimensionals as well. So we just need to peel off the backing of our little dimensionals. Okay, and I liked his tail. I kind of like how like you tuck him down in between, but his tail sits up. Do you see that? Hello, happiness. Okay, and then our rainbow glimmer paper. Remember, we've got our rainbow glimmer paper is at 5 1/4 by 2 1/8. I don't think I trimmed that. Nope, I didn't. Okay, so 5 1/4 by 2 1/8, and that's just gonna go in that black. Is that not gorgeous? That rainbow glimmer paper is equally lovely. I love it. Okay, and we're gonna sit that down on the inside of our front flap. Are you guys loving this? Are you loving it? It's so cool. Then we have, trying to find, oh, there we go. We have a beautiful, I thought we'd take a long flower and we're going to stick it up here. When I said over the moon, guys, I meant like, oh, how much can I stick on one card? But don't you find, okay, like if this were you and you're going through a rough time, you appreciate the extra mile. You know, you've got someone who's like, I love you and I went the extra mile because I love you and I want to love on you and I want you to know how much you mean to me, right? Okay, so there we go. Yes. Okay, so you have your last piece of DSP is going to go down there. Alrighty. DSP going down. Gonna lift it up just a little bit. I want to make sure that I got it all correct. Okay. Isn't that fabulous? And then we've got one more piece. Remember, we've got one more of the 5 by 1/2, and you're going to go down on your edge. Okay, now you're not going to glue here. You're only gluing at the top of this edge because you know you don't want to glue down here in there. So I literally do just a very small piece. You see how my glue went there. I'm going to go down like this, right across. Yes, right, taking shape, taking shape. Now, if you remember, we have another umbrella. And we're going to take that umbrella, all right, and it already has its dimensionals. Okay. Oh, I want to glue. I didn't do dimensionals on this. So before we put that little guy down, let's do, I'm just looking through my flowers up here, trying to decide what I want. I want that one. I like that one. I'm coming at a V again. If you notice, I kind of have that V thing going on when I'm putting my flowers together. And I'm coming to a point like over here where I know my umbrella is going to be, because these flowers are going to look like they're coming up out of the umbrella. So I'm holding that for just a minute. I think I'm going to use those. I like those. So many choices. So I sat down when I do that, you know, I talk about doing assembly line style. Sometimes then I literally just sit down and color. Like, you know, like I obviously stamp the flowers and then die cut them all out, and then I'll just sit down and color. You know, like I'll watch, currently I've been watching Castle. Been in a castle mode. I'm always in a psych mode. Like when I feel a little bit sad, psych is kind of my go-to when I feel a little sad. Okay, are you seeing what's happening here? So the flowers go down and then comes the umbrella, but you have to make sure that the umbrella is sticking only to the black piece, and that piece is wanting to come up. So we're just going to do a little bit of extra glue and hold it for just a minute to make sure it's there. When you're doing a lot of extra pieces, which we are, which I love, I'm not sad about it, but when you're doing extra pieces like that, you do kind of want to make sure, you know, that all your pieces are sticking. Okay, so now you have your umbrella. So we have another little guy, because remember we have 3 different zebras. So we need our zebra to go in the umbrella. And I love him like down in. He looks like he is, yeah, and his one, see his one hoof comes up. I want to do that. And then I get his little tail to come up. And then behind the zebra, you have your umbrella cane that you want to come out. And it gets glued down. I was just trying to figure out, oh, there. See how it just kind of comes up out of there? I will glue it. You want that to be glued down. Okay. A little bit of glue for our cane. I need a little bit on the tip up there. And then that's going to go down behind the zebra. So it looks like, you know, you got your little umbrella cane popping out. Look how cute that is. Okay. And then if you want to, you can add some gold to the front. You need to find, oh, let's see what I have. I got this little guy. Kind of caught him earlier. He was big. He was like a big piece, but it's okay. You cut it down so that it looks like he goes behind. Just a little bit. You just want a little bit of gold peeking up behind your little zebra. Give him a little excess, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. And again, this is, you know, this is me going extra. You don't have to do all of this. You don't have to do, you know, you don't have to do all the extra. You could keep it as simple, as lighthearted as you want it to be. You know, this is just how whatever suits your fancy. I just like having fun with all these pieces. And I have found, and I think I shared this with you guys before too, just at a place where I'm like, stop hoarding my stuff. Like I get all this cool stuff and then I'm like, oh, that gold, well, I can't let that go. I gotta, like I gotta hoard it or something. And now I'm like, no, let's use it. Let's use it and have fun with it. Okay, so got that going on. Are you kidding me right now? And then you get your Wild About You up above. Like once you have it all put together, we're going to add that because it's like going to cover up our extra dimensionals and it just looks cute. Okay, over the moon. I have a couple to show you. So, all right. So, we got our little guy in our umbrella, right? And then we have another amazing, ta-da! And you can write something there. And here's the beauty of that. You also have this. If you want to write a nice long note, you can cut the white paper out at 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and you could write something on the back too to give yourself room. Is that not amazing? Okay, here it is in more like blues and greens. Oh, that's what I didn't do. Look, I added gems on this one. I forgot about the gems. That does kind of make it, doesn't it? Look, there's no gems, and then there's like little gem pieces inside the flowers. That's really pretty. I did forget about my iridescent pearls. So got that going on. And then there, look, I used the roundy gold piece and put it in there. And I put gold behind him in the thing. What do you think? And then this is very more like the purple burgundy color. Isn't it friendly? And look, on this one, I just put it over to the side. I just did a small piece there. So all of them are going to be a little bit different because none of your paper, because of the way the paper is so variegated in color, none of the paper is the same. Oh, and look, I did iridescent pearls down here on this one. The options are up to you. I mean, your imagination is what is limiting you. You've heard me say that before, right? Only limited by your imagination. But this card says, I'm thinking of you. You are super special to me. And it's something that you just want to give. It is a gift in itself. I mean, you have made this a gift in itself. That's kind of what you're going for. Okay. So, my question for you this week is, what is your place of therapy? What is a place that calms you and gets you in a better headspace? That's my question for you this week. What's a place that calms you? Something that you can do, something that you do, a hobby or something that you can do that calms you and gets you in a better headspace. Okay, that's my question for you. So let's go to the front screen. My friends, this is actually a commonplace for me too. I love to make the videos. I love to teach. That makes me happy. And I hope that it is something that you are enjoying as well. And I certainly hope you're enjoying the Zany Zebras. Now, for out of the box, I never know what's coming for Paper Pumpkin. That will be next week. But I will try to incorporate the Zany Zebras if they work because they're making me so happy. So what am I going to ask you to do? Go and make the world a better place. Go find a way to reach out to the people that you love, your friends, your family, the world around you, and in your area, what can you do to make the world a better place? So until I see you in Out of the Box, right? I bid you adieu.